Hello everyone. Well, in the allergies video, I indicated that, I would cover a lot of territory and quickly and, I went over 11 minutes, but under 12 minutes. And I forgot something important because I didn't write it in my notes. So anyway, here I am again, part 2, allergies part 2. I'm going to back up for a second in the part 1 and let you know that allergies to soy, fish, eggs, all of that is encased in some type of a shell. They're all small. You have to open the shell to release, to eat what's the meat that's inside. That would also include nuts. So, allergy like to shrimp, that type of shelled fish, because I know a lot of people that are allergic to that type of a shelled fish. All represents, the unborn children based on miscarriages, abortions, that kind of thing, that we are carrying the emotion of, the unrepaired emotions, not just of ourselves, but the child that was not born. And so, all unborn children need to be buried. Okay, so I want to make sure I added that to it. Now, what I left out was the allergy to cats, dogs, perhaps another type of animal. The question to always look into for yourself is, during your experience or the experience of your ancestor, a lot of times we do repeat and there's a few times we don't. So whether it was your experience because it was repeated from your ancestor, the situation that caused pain, sorrow, anger, that kind of thing, did it involve a dog, a cat? Were you bitten by a dog or a cat or another type of animal? Did a situation with someone involve, or in the environment, in other words, was there an animal of some type in the environment during the time of the incident that created emotions that the body is still storing in the cells and it's being triggered? Another example would be like, because I said that, all allergies are related to sexual abuse as well. Perhaps the perpetrator had a lot of hair, was a hairy kind of person, or perhaps there was some type of fur involved, a lot of it, whether it be with you or the ancestors behind you that it occurred with. So that's usually the situation with allergies to dogs, cats. Now, I worked with someone, it was very interesting. I had a one-on-one session with someone that had an allergy to cats. And basically, I just asked her, why don't you like cats? And she said, because they're sneaky and because they cry like babies. So that was my lead right there. So knowing her tree, because we had discussed it already, we learned that her paternal grandmother had a miscarriage at some point in time, before she was born, or kind of surrounding the birth date of when she was born, something linked in that way. So that there was the unborn child, and the way that the sounds that the cat makes reminded her of that, because she was carrying an unborn child of her paternal grandmother's. Now, that sneakiness, we discerned that one of her aunts, whom she is a double of, according to history and stories she heard, had an altercation with a person who was very aggressive, not physically abused, but I guess we could call it mental abuse. That was that was very aggressive in the altercation, in the disagreement, and that kind of left her, tainted. The memory of what she experienced during that process that one of her ancestors also experienced, and she considered this person to be very sneaky. So in revealing that to her and simply bringing her to her consciousness, it released her. Anyway, I think that pretty much does it. I think I covered everything. So remember, how you heal the unrepaired emotions is to bring it from the subconscious and the unconscious to your conscious awareness. Bringing it to the conscious awareness, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it as it releases itself. And then, of course, the body at all levels has to go through that transformation, through that process of change, because all the cells are going to begin to release that memory. It's a beautiful thing, that type of healing, which is in all healing, the release of the memory in the cells. Anyway, thank you for listening. Always sharing if you're drawn to. Be well.